Have you ever been so scared to order food that you avoid it altogether? Ordering food seems easy for most, but for me it became a full-blown fear. Here's how it happened.
When I was 7, wait, this is more like it. We moved from a flat to a house and suddenly I had my own bed. Because up until then I used to sleep on a sofa. But that's for another story. There happened to be McDonald's about 100 meters away. And as a McDonald's loving child, I was really happy about it. As any kid hooked on the additives McDonald's put in their food would be. One day I was craving my favorite burger meal, which at that time was Philadelphia fish, fries, cola, and ketchup. I asked my mom to go with me.
Mom, I want to eat fish from McDonald's. Can we go?
I have something else to do now, but you can go and I will give you money. McDonald's is only 100 meters away.
Okay, should I get something more?
Yeah, take 2 cheeseburgers for your brother and baked potatoes for your father. Here are money and don't get lost. So I went for an adventure. I felt pretty confident in myself, even though it was my first time going alone to order food. I felt like the whole responsibility of feeding my family was on my shoulders now, and I must not fail them. I ordered the Philadelphia fish, fries, cola, ketchup, 2 cheeseburgers and baked potato. The lady took my order and said the total amount of money. I gave her all the money I had, and she counted it and said I still needed 15 more cents. I told her I didn't have any more money, that was all I had. She said it wasn't enough and it wasn't a charity, so I could either choose ketchup or baked potatoes to be included in the order. My innocent world of big expectations and food dreams collapsed in that instant. I panicked. I didn't expect to have to choose between ketchup and potatoes for my father. I felt helpless because I didn't have enough money to buy everything. Even though we had ketchup at home, I really wanted McDonald's ketchup because of its taste. But at the same time, I wanted my father to have the potatoes because what if he was sad and decided to disinherit me because of this? It was a really hard decision because I didn't want to let anyone down. But I really wanted the ketchup, so I chose the ketchup. I was really sad because it felt like my mission to get the food for the family wasn't accomplished the way it should have been. I felt like it didn't go the way it was supposed to, so everyone would be happy.
Then the order came. The lady gave me the food on a tray. I took it and wondered if I had forgotten to ask for it to be to go. I didn't think of asking her to put it in a bag because I didn't know it wasn't an option after she gave it to me on a tray. I walked to a nearby table and put the tray with the food on it. Since I didn't have a bag with me and I hadn't asked for one and I only had 2 hands, the best thing I could think of was to put everything into my pockets. I put the cheeseburgers and Philadelphia fish into few pockets and took the drink and fries into my hands. I was on the verge of crying while doing so. When I was outside the McDonald's, I started crying and I kept crying the whole way home. I felt like I had failed the mission and was incapable. I also didn't want my father to be sad about not having the baked potatoes, but the meal wouldn't taste the same without the McDonald's ketchup.
When I returned home, all wet from the tears, I told my mom what had happened, and she said it was okay, that the potatoes were just meant as a tasty snack, not as a substitute for a meal. I enjoyed the meal, as always, but I was still a bit sad. After that day, I was scared of ordering food. I was worried it would happen again, that I wouldn't have enough money, that I would have to choose between me and the people I loved, and I would be seen as selfish for choosing myself. I worried I wouldn't do a good job, even though it seemed like such an easy task. I was maybe a kid that was not supposed to go outside alone to buy things, because when I was outside pretending my bicycle was a horse, I didn't have such problems. I was scared for a while, but now I am not scared anymore. I am a confident person capable of counting whether I have enough money. Today I would choose the potatoes for my father so he could enjoy his snack and I would use the ketchup I have at home. Or not, I would probably tell him to go with me so he would pay and have the potatoes. I know now that I am capable.
How did I stop that fear? I don't have a clear answer for that, but if I had to guess, it probably weakened by ordering food after some time, because I saw people ordering without any problems and they survived. I realized that just because I messed up once, it didn't mean it had to happen again. And even if it did, it didn't really matter. I would live and be fine, even if I messed up many times. I call these little problems because they are unimportant. At the same time, by repeatedly doing the activity of ordering, I got better. Now I am an excellent orderer. As I am older now, I understand that it was my first time doing it and it's normal not to get everything right. It doesn't define how we will be able to do things in the future. I don't know why, but it's funny to me now, thinking about that happy child going to order food and coming back crying with trauma, even though nothing that bad happened. It's funny because I don't fear things like that anymore, but even if it scared me, I would do it anyway. It's okay to feel fear sometimes, but it's not okay to be stopped by fear on our way to grow.